Now I have to ask myself what I can make here. And I rather eat my own food than, that's often what other people cook. Because I know that I'm cooking in the spirit. Creating a good meal. Okay, now I have to ask myself what I'm actually making. Okay, this is gonna be a multifold cooking creation session. I still have some things I simply need to use. Still have no access to this. Oh, I have to heat up the tea and put it into the thermos. I have heated it up already 2 to 3 times. It's oolong tea with nutmeg, black cardamom, and cinnamon. Nutmeg, I grated. Cinnamon was ground. Black cardamom, I added the shells and the and I ground this myself with a pestle and a mortar. I'm still looking forward to actually cooking with gas. Now I'm gonna make a curry. That's gonna be spicy. Why? There's a problem with my left tooth and I have to burn it out. I'm gonna burn it out with the meal. In addition, I'm gonna try myself at preserving horseradish. But I have to bring the light. He's carrying the torch. He's carrying the torch. The torch. Because he's been tortured so much. Why did he just say that? Does he actually mean it? Yes, he means it. And I'm gonna make a simple salad. Okay, turmeric, fresh turmeric. Big piece. 3 chilies. That's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot, hot. Garlic. Lots of garlic. Yeah, I'm changing my diet. I mean, I have changed my diet, but I'm starting to adjust. I have to burn out something that's been blocking me now for a very long time. So I feel innerly cold or something. You know, that's why horseradish, chili, gonna add cumin. I love cumin. Get this ready. Or I'm gonna cook in a pot. Yeah, I'm gonna cook in this pot. You know how awesome this is? I mean, I never realized it, how awesome this is. That nobody knows what I've been doing. No, nobody knows it. Okay. Okay. This is going to be exactly what you need. But for that you have to want to continue. Do you get it? You have to want this. You have to want to continue. And that's the meal for that. That's the meal. Right? If you cook this meal, then it's gonna say, you know, I want to continue. I want my life to be different. I want to experience what others have been talking about. So sometimes you just have to give it all you got. We're gonna add an eggplant. We're gonna add these because otherwise they'll go off. If I use them now, they're still okay. Have black pepper. I bought some Madras curry powder. You know, I don't always do this, but now I simply have got no choice. I have to burn this out of myself. You know, some people, they're really afraid of hotness. I learned to live with it. And that's what the furnace of awakening is talking about in its own way. And that's what I'm working towards. I'm working off YouTube so I can work on the furnace of awakening. So I never really chuck anything. If I see it's like a bit, no, you can still take the outer parts. I'm gonna use this because the dark, it's not rotten. It doesn't smell rotten at all. So now we're creating the basis for the curry. And the basis for the curry is, you know, the chili, the garlic, the ginger, the onions. And then the cardamom. Oh, now I said cardamom. I wanted to say cumin. That's the basis. So I could be cooking anywhere, but I'd rather cook at home and tell you to cook yourself. Just learn cooking yourself. You know, that's worth more to you than knowing that I can cook. Oh, what a great chef, I can pay him. Yeah. Let's see how great a chef he will be. If everyone wants to eat his food. And then people want to interview him because he's such a great chef. And then suddenly he's no chef at all anymore. Yeah, this one can go. Suddenly he's just running around. So what he wanted to do was do his own thing. I mean, who do you think you are? That I should spare my time for you? Are you more important than my wife? Are you more important than my children, my parents? What are you trying to say to me? Do you think I'm not important? No, I'm saying, how are you important to me? Well, I thought I could help you. Well, how are you helping me? I'm already helping myself. You get that? So at my stage, you know, I'll say you want my help because you are the one that contacted me. And now I should do what? You know, I should say what you think I ought to say? You know, I don't think so. And a lot of people won't like it. At all. Because they think, you know, Jimmy Kimmel thinks he's real important. Yeah. But what does he really ever do by himself? Who is he? If he's not in charge, you know, getting people into uncomfortable positions. I mean, but that's what this is. You know, in Jimmy Kimmel's studio, he's the god. Or so he thinks. So he gets to decide what will be shown later, right? And what will be taken out. You know, they may say it's life, but how do you know? You don't know. Nothing is ever life. There's always a few seconds. And trust me, they can do stuff. So let's just focus on the cooking. And just trust your feeling. You know, that's the moment in V for Vendetta where this little girl looks at the news and says, "Bollocks." You know, that's the moment. Right? And I'm still around. So you are allowed to speak your mind. You just have to do it in a kind of like peaceful way, right? And you hide it in cooking. Oh yeah, he's just a spiritual advisor. You don't have to take that guy serious. Oh yeah, I think you do. I think you really do. But until then, I waited to cook this meal until I felt like now it's the time. I couldn't have done it before. I have to do it now. Because nothing else worked, so I have to do this. Okay. Just like I have to take this off, put this on, turn this down. Okay, now that's always a bit tricky because of all this stuff that's in there. So cleaning your consciousness is like gardening. You look at the thoughts you like and the feelings. You have to kind of sort out the weeds. So if you start gardening, you know, everything's connected. You learn something about, if you learn cooking, you learn something about nourishment. And there's always more, which is why life is actually addictive. Just have to keep going. And this tea is basically an extract, an oolong. Well, yeah, I managed. In 1 cup I'm gonna cook with gas in here. You can count on that. I'm just biding my time. I'm just gonna wait because I have a long breath. I'm here longer than my landlady. I'm just saying. And that's also part of the fight. You want something, well, you have to work for it. I have a vision of me cooking for many people. And when that's gonna happen, They will never know until it's there, because that's part of the creation. Okay, coconut fat, not because I just use it because it's there. It's not that I say it's super good. Burning out impurities. With your diet. That's what this is about. A lot of people don't want that. They want to keep their impurities. You know, impurities equals impurity. And that's a fact. You can see it. You can see how bad people's teeth are, despite the fact that they go to the dentist. You can see through this. Fake image they create. It's possible. So this is only rotten on the outside. I'm looking forward to watching Beetlejuice, just to see his new interpretation. Of the Shadow Realm. So who's your mother if she's trying to portray herself as innocent? Who is she then? she's acting like she's innocent, then she's phony. I have realized this many times. People act nice, but they only work for themselves. That's a lot of people. Better do your own thing. That's the only way you're gonna get your life. So, letting others do your job is the first level of corruption. You know? That's like death in the Grim Reaper, death in Terry Pratchett's creations. I mean, he stops doing his job, so somebody else will take over. You know, if I do your job, you have to make sure that I will never beat you. I mean, if you can be a better husband than the husband, see what I'm saying, right? So yeah, the Spine of Night has many teachings. Spirit will always prevail. Because it's what you are, how could you kill that? But it's just not my way of living. So yeah, psychedelics turn you on the long run into something like a wraith or a ghost. And should only be used momentarily. But once the connection to spirit is strong, this is cumin, 2 tablespoons maybe. Yeah, I don't need the hot chili stuff. Yeah, I've prepared a couple of movies that I'm going to look at later. One is called Toe, stop motion. One is called Fantastic Planet, or Le Planète Fantastique or something. It's a French creation. Okay, how much time do I have left? Okay, nice. Okay, but I have only 30% battery left. I mean, even if I stop now, you have roughly a good overview how to proceed with this meal. It's just the bases. I'm just providing the bases, and from there you have to build on with your own experiences. So yeah, cooking is effort. It's hard work. Being a chef is hard work. Needs a lot of experience, a lot of time management, also knowledge on cleaning, right? Keeping the kitchen clean. It's very important. And believe me, there's always thoughts about or voices saying things like, you know, you're about to get famous. Yeah, so what? Fame is just the delusion that other people can give you something. You just have to focus on what they, they started to give you attention for something you've been doing. It's not what they give to you, because they started paying attention to you. And that's what's important. So all you have to do is keep doing what you've been doing. Otherwise they take over, but they have no direction for your life. You have a direction. I mean, look at Jordan Peterson. He's just escaping himself all the time. Running from one interview thing to another. And then every time suffering the consequences, no longer knowing who he is. And that's all I can tell. Burst out crying. Well, what do you think? Do you think, you can open up to these people? No. You shouldn't do it if it weighs on you that much. Some people get sick just to show others. Look at me. Look how terrible I look. Yeah, so what, man? I mean, if you have to go to that degree to get the attention, then you're really an idiot. So I was looking at a bit of that movie called, I'm not sure how it's called. Wait, what was its name? Oh yeah, Hello Brooke or something. I don't know, it's also stop motion film. And then people say, well, he's clearly trying to shock. I don't think so. I think it's just the way he sees life, you know? Just being afraid of everything. Sure, in a way you want to shock people, but I mean, what I'm doing is not to shock them, it's just to show them. What are you so afraid of? I mean, this whole society is built on fear, running away from nature. What are you so afraid of? So one instance in this thing I saw was just birth. I mean, giving birth. Yeah, some people run away from it. I have already been present at a birth without a problem, right? I could be present at birth, give stability, you know, not a lunatic with a scalpel, but just a man that just gives stability. Or women just keep that to themselves, but I know I could do it, right? I could be present at a birth and just give stability. Because sometimes women also don't know what they're doing. And sometimes men take over. And what's a man's job? What's a woman's job? I don't know what's the right approach here. Maybe it should be forbidden that men, black pepper, take too much part in women's things. We shouldn't mix it all the time. That's what I feel. Because too many men are too weak. They always crave for women. Yeah, then go spend time with your wife. No, I'm just saying. Okay, now drink some tea. You see, when I stop recording, I have to know I can keep doing this without the camera. So starting a YouTube channel can help you to remember and to have a purpose, to share it, to learn, to share to share your learning process. These are cooking bananas. You see how brown they were. I stored them in the fridge and they're still good. Cooking bananas are different from, I mean, I'm just, because there's a bit of spice in there, right? Cooking bananas are different. You know, these will turn quite soft. If you take the green ones, they're more like, could be a bit like potatoes. Actually, how do they taste raw? Yeah. Really a bit like banana. So, yeah. I like Serge Tankian to a certain degree. He's more of an idol. Than Terence McKenna will ever be. He just does his thing. Or he starts cleansing. cleansing me. Okay, now for the... Okay, I could actually peel this. I don't actually know why. I don't think you always have to peel it. But sometimes you feel like it. So yeah, if you keep peeling like this, you get better at it. You could also cut these a bit bigger. And you could cook it without salt. And then add salt later. Because salt always makes these really soft. You could maybe cook them in a way that they keep a bit of their structure. Okay. Now, because this has been fried already, yeah, I'm gonna add the whole thing. Hey, messy kitchen. Okay. Where is this again? Okay, first collect some water, turn this on again. I could also just do it like this. But I want a bit of lentils in there. But I shouldn't do too much because I'll get sick of it. Because I know myself. It's better to cook fresh every once in a while. Yeah, I'm going to do the radish thing as a single video, otherwise I'm just wasting. Right. If I put too much stuff into one creation, I'm just gonna cook this without salt. I'll add the salt later. I also feel like we all eat way too much salt. Clearly. You know what? I'm gonna clean my hands with this. Okay, how much battery? Ah, still enough. But I think that's all you needed to know. This is just mild Madras curry powder. You know, you could first roast them, which I now clearly have not done. Now this simply needs to be cooked. Could even be like a soup, right? Like a really hot, spicy lentil soup. You know, you can make a curry, but this could also be a soup. Okay, I think I'm gonna add a bit salt. But salt can also be bad for your teeth. Because it's, in that sense, the same as sugar. In that sense, the same as sugar. In that sense, the same as sugar. Why did you just repeat that? Okay. 2 pinches. And then all this needs is just cooking. And then when it's done, it's done. And I'm going to stop this recording, start another one, and start with the horseradish. And then probably I'm going to add a bit more water. So coconut cream turns into coconut milk, right? And then I think maybe it's a nice soup, I don't know. Don't always know what I'm doing, okay?